Greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to Starfox Adventures! Previously, we collected a few things back at Thorntail's store. Well, a few as in I just got all the mats because I had the space in my wallet to actually pull that off, which was really surprising to me. And we made our way down to the bottom of this well, where we began hunting for these white GrubTub fungus, which is the thing that we need to cure the Queen of the EarthWalkers, as she is pretty sick right now. Probably sick as in just exhausted of getting pelted by the shark claw for who knows how long. Today we're gonna collect the remaining white GrubTub as we are continuing our time here in the mine. And where have I got them all actually? Let's see. Nope, there's 5. I thought I would have got them all by now. Okay, I'm clearly missing one, but I don't remember where it is. Maybe it's some wall that I didn't search up before? Because at this point, I usually do have all the white GrubTubs, so this is kind of perplexing to me. Where, oh where, did I leave a white GrubTub astray? So backtrack while we're at it. I should use my fireflies a little more often, to be honest. Over there. No, it's not. I will use a firefly just for the heck of it. I did buy this for a reason. I might as well try to get some use out of it. Even though we'll be having this lantern in our possession for too long. Oh. Well, I feel like an idiot. There was one right out in the open and I completely missed it. And it was close to the ladder that we were descending from too. How did I miss that? How in the world did I miss that white GrubTub? Man, I can't believe I did that. I guess I was just rambling too long and once again I overlooked something because I was rambling. That seems to happen from time to time whenever I'm making these videos. It's what I've come to learn. In any case, we did get all the white GrubTub we need. So now we'll be going back to the Queen of the EarthWalkers and giving her her cure, I suppose. On the way over there, there's something I want to talk about concerning the dinosaur language that we've been hearing in the early parts of this game. We won't be able to hear that anymore because, well, we have the translator now, so we're not going to be hearing that kind of language from this point on. But there was a way to translate that into English. Apparently in the game's manual, there was a way for you to translate the Dino language into English text. For some reason, the manual that I have for my copy, it doesn't have that particular page. I did find a scan online, which I will show right now to show you what it looks like. But for some reason, my copy doesn't have it. So maybe it was like early copies that used to have the translator, but it got removed for like later copies of this game. Maybe that's it. I'm not sure, because I inspected the booklet, and I was really positive that that page didn't get ripped out or anything. So I'm not sure what happened with that. But that's not the only way you could find the translator. There is one online that's called the Saurian translator that you can use to fiddle around with the English text, and you could use that to translate into the Dino language. By the way, this place would be called Saria in later games of the series because I guess they figured out a name after this game released. That's it. I don't know. But they did come up with a name for Dinosaur Planet later on, and that's why if you find the translator online, it's called the Saurian translator. So now that we got our white GrubTub in hand, let's feed the Queen.
Thank you, Fox. Thank you for saving my son and for saving me.
Okay, enough of the thanks. Now I need some help from you. Can you just tell me what's going on?
This is all the work of General Scales. He is the ruler of the Sharpclaw tribe, a nasty bunch of pirates who have always wanted to rule Dinosaur Planet. We have always been able to stop his attacks, but this time he somehow become stronger and defeated our army at the Krazoa Palace.
Right, a bad guy. But how did the planet get in such a mess?
Within the Krazoa Palace, he broke the seals of the Force Point temples.
I'm listening.
This planet is rich with a magical force, a force so strong that it is continually pushing our world apart. To stop this, 4 spellstones were placed inside the Force Point temples.
Okay, that's a bit weird, but I understand.
With the seals broken, Scales entered the temples and removed the spellstones. With nothing to hold back the magic force, the planet was torn apart.
At last, it all makes sense. So, the bad guy takes the spellstones, your planet falls apart, and I've got to find the spellstones and bring them back to the Force Point temples.
See, Mom? I told you he was good. Starfox, yeah.
My son will remain with you, for only a dinosaur of noble birth can breathe life into the spellstones.
What? That's okay, but don't you think he's a bit young? I mean, it's gonna be very dangerous. Loads of bad guys, fighting, death.
He knows the planet well, and I'm sure he's shown you his sidekick skills.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
Come on, Fox. We'll make a great team.
Okay, but if you mess up just once, I'll send you straight back to Mommy.
Okay, yeah.
Good. Now, our spies have indicated that Scales was last seen in Dark Ice Mines. I know the gatekeeper, Garundate, a silly fellow, but he can guide you to the Spellstone. Go back to the Snowhorn Wastes and find him.
Got it.
And Fox, I think you'll need this. The Sharpclaws dropped it when they attacked me. Maybe it'll come in use somewhere.
Okay, enough already. Can I just get on with it?
I love how Fox getting more and more annoyed by this mission. I'm pretty sure at this point, he just wants to get his money and get this whole thing over with. So now we have a Sharpclaw prison key. They must have dropped it when they were attacking the Queen EarthWalker. And to Fox's chagrin, and as well as mine, Prince Tricky is going to be with us for the long haul. I mean, he is useful with his sidekick commands at times, but still. I don't like Tricky any more than Fox does. But he's gonna be with us, so we're gonna have to learn to live with that fact. Speaking of Tricky, I do have some blue GrubTub. Hey, you little rascal, get over here. I'm gonna feed you so you can obey me. Remember, I'm your master from this point on, so you must do what I say, otherwise, I'm leaving you behind to the Sharpclaw. I wish I could say that, but he is needed to get to the Spellstones, apparently from what the Queen EarthWalker told us about. I'm gonna try to use that forward roll thing again. I haven't used that in a while, because it's really damn fancy when you're able to use it right. And just knock off a little more damage on your opponent as well. Apparently the Sharpclaw are gonna be around here for the long haul, so there's probably no point in me trying to take them all down. I guess we gotta scare them off somehow, but they're gonna be around for the time being. So before we head back to the I think it was Snowhorn Waste that the Queen mentioned. If she didn't, that's where we have to go. While I'm going over the landscape to get more scarabs, I do want to talk about Thorntail Hollow a little bit more. I don't think I've had the chance to do that yet. I really love this place. From the music to the atmosphere and the look of this place, it just looks so relaxing and peaceful. If I were a little kid, I would love to spend so much time playing with the Thorntail, relaxing with them, maybe find a few places to sleep whenever I need to take a rest for a bit. This place just looks so colorful and so vibrant with life. You know, despite all the Sharpclaw that I've invaded recently, but still. My point stands, I really love the look of Thorntail Hollow so much. And I think this just goes to show one of the more underrated aspects of Star Fox Adventures is the look of this game. I mentioned it briefly during our time with Crystal, but this game for an early GameCube game, it looks so good. Like, the colors stand out, some of the places look very pretty at night, some of the places look like vibrant and just good to look at. It's so amazing how a game like this was able to do so much with its presentation for the fact that it was only released in 2002. which is very impressive given the GameCube's specs at the time, I guess, or the technology that was available to use it in terms of like graphical power for the GameCube itself. It's really something. So the first place I want to go to is gonna be in the main room. For starters, we can get this high-def display device.
You pay this much.
So we could get this for 20 scarabs, but I believe you haggled down to 17.
No, that's too low.
He's not gonna cooperate this time. 18?
Okay, I'll sell it.
18, okay, whatever. I'll take it. It's better than paying the full price of 20. So this little doohickey we'll be able to use to our advantage a little bit. Still be airdropped it to you, but the shopkeeper got it first, so that's why you had to buy it. You know, this guy's more of a scam artist, the more and more we're coming to spend time in his shop. That shopkeeper never missed a chance to get scarabs. So this is essentially now gonna make us use a zoom function in our first person mode. And it's not that useful if you don't rely on this feature too much, but I guess it can help a little bit if you need to know where to go around the place and get a better view from a distance with this specific device. Also, Shabuga has proved to be quite the scam artist, as he did set a price for something we had originally. I'm gonna blame that on Slippy. He didn't airdrop it right, so I'll blame him for that. So next is gonna be Tricky's Ball. The full price is 15, but I think I'll pay for 11.
No, that's too low.
You're a really son of a dinosaur, you know that? Stupid Shabuga.
Okay, I'll sell it.
Fine, 12. That's not much better, but still, I guess I'll take it. See what I mean about the haggling system? It just randomizes in every playthrough, I swear. It's so weird. It can only be used in certain areas. Ken Tricky's Ball. Tricky will tell you when he can play. If you play with him lots of times, he will have a surprise for you. We'll show that a little later on when we do get into a more open space with Tricky. And now for this big thing, the Perform Dad holder.
Pay this much.
This was mentioned briefly when we first got
Okay, I'll sell it.
a Perform Dad with Crystal. We needed this to hold more than one, well, Perform Dad for us to be able to use more of these things. Allows you to carry a maximum of 10 now. And I love the way that the little Perform Dad in the bag is peeking out of the bag, but only just barely. It's kinda cute, I'll admit that. I mean, the Perform Dads themselves, they might look hideous to some people because they probably don't belong in a Starfox game to give it a look of the thing, but I have no problems with those little guys. They're very useful, and they just look harmless enough to me. They're more like chubby buddies in my opinion. And speaking of the Perform Dads, there's a couple more we can now get around the landscape since we did acquire the bag. We can't collect the ones that we had to let go beforehand because we did have the limit of one Perform Dad to hold. Coming back here to my favorite scarab gathering spot in this store, there's something I almost forgot to show. It's back in the map room. I could go here scot-free, or guilt-free rather, since I got all the maps. I don't have to worry about spoiling any places we'll be going to in the future. Since we have the rocket boost upgrade, we go behind here, and there's another pad that we could use. If you came in beforehand and found out about this thing, you probably didn't know what it was or what to do with it. But now that we have the rocket boost, we're able to ascend to the higher level of the map room. And this will give us more scarabs to collect. So again, this place can be pretty lucrative to you. Ooh, an orange scarab, nice. This place can be very lucrative to you if you need to find a way to grind up for scarabs fast. And now with the rocket boost in our possession, that thing to do when it comes to getting scarabs, it's a lot more beneficial now to us. I was thinking that I wanted to get more stuff, but I think we're gonna stop for today. We did acquire a lot of things as it is, and we don't have that much more for us to collect. So I'm going to save that to cover it for the next episode. It won't take long, and we'll be able to get back to Snorehorn Way soon enough to continue exploring that area, since we now have that prison key that we got from the Queen EarthWalker. So next time, we're going to do, well, all of what I just said. Until we meet again, farewell for now, and enjoy more of this incredible music, courtesy of Thorntail Hollow.